my great pleasure to introduce our pro bono attorney, Dominique Gilbert, with Lovie & Lovie Attorneys at Law, who, in addition to Julia Rickert and Michael Kanovitz, are my attorneys on this case, and I'm very grateful for their pro bono representation of me. Dominique Gilbert.
Thank you all for being here today. As you said, I'm an attorney with Lovie & Lovie, and it is our honor to represent our friend and longtime civil rights activist and activist for all the things that matter to me. On July 28th, the 5-year anniversary of Trump's campaign of missiles in Iran, Andy was arrested for leading a protest sponsored by the Chicago Committee Against War and Racism in front of Trump Tower. As we all saw during its occupation last year, the Trump administration believes in criminalizing its critics, and that's exactly what happened here, with the Chicago Police Department serving as Trump's policy enforcers, arresting Andy for doing nothing more than exercising his First Amendment rights. This case is simple. Illinois statutes allow for picketing in front of residential businesses so long as they are also placed in business as is Trump Tower. The Chicago Police Department should certainly be familiar with these statutes, and only because Andy patiently explained them to 18th District Commander Christopher Bielfeldt moments before he had Andy arrested and detained for 5 hours. Andy was charged with 2 misdemeanors, criminal trespass and residential picketing, each punishable by a fine and jail time. This morning, Judge Penersi granted a continuance in this case until September 25th, meaning we will start discovery at that time. That means we will collect documents to understand what happened that day so we can prove, as we will, that our client is innocent of these charges. And we are confident that the judge will ultimately dismiss all charges against Andy. Our firm Lovie & Lovie is committed to defending the First Amendment right to protest. We will not tolerate this administration's attempt to bully and prosecute anyone who disagrees with it. We will not stand by while the Chicago Police Department does their bidding. And we can think of no better person to represent the principles of legal protest and dissent than our friend Andy Mayer, who has been tirelessly embodying them here in Chicago for decades. Now I'd like to hand you over.
First, I'd like to thank all the folks who came out here today. I really appreciate the solidarity. I have to stress that this case is not about any potential penalties I might face. There are people in this country who are facing far more severe consequences thanks to their being targeted for their political activism. I need only name the Minnesota 15, the Michigan 8, the Prairie Land defendants, any number of others who are facing far more serious consequences than I personally am. What makes this case important are not those particular charges I'm facing, but actually the affront to the First Amendment that is being supported by not only Commander Bielfeldt, not only the Chicago Police Department, but the City of Chicago and its mayor, Brandon Johnson. For the last few years, there has been a de facto First Amendment ban on any protests in front of 401 North Wabash Avenue, Trump International Hotel and Towers. I should also say that we were protesting not just against a building and not just against a regular MAGA crowd. The MAGA crowd that we were protesting against are the fools who plopped down hundreds of dollars for a single night stay in Trump International Hotel and Towers. We're talking about the MAGA fools who have gotten rich off of thievery like their namesake, Donald Trump, and so can put down up to $10 million for a condo in that building. These are the true MAGA heads. These are people who have benefited from the graft that we've been seeing in this country, and indeed the war on Iran and the attacks on, of course, Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank. So I can't think of any more important time for this First Amendment to be protected. That when we're in a war, when people are suffering a genocide in Palestine, this is particularly when people need to stand up for the First Amendment. And it's no accident that, for example, at the start of every big war, and also when the pro-Palestinian students were demonstrating for their rights, the first thing that the government and private institutions went after was the First Amendment. And that's precisely, unfortunately, that affront to that First Amendment that is taking place right now with this de facto ban on protests in front of Trump Tower. So I want to thank again all the people who came out here today, and of course my attorneys, and Commander Bielfeldt, we'll see you in court.
First Amendment! First Amendment!
Power to the people!
First Amendment!